Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? This is Charles here. We got another live coming up. Decided to put on some light today. So I'm going to wait for you guys to come in. Make sure you hit the like button so we get the notifications out. Make sure you hit the like button. So I'm just going to wait for you guys to sign in. What's going on? Okay, we got some people coming in now. Welcome, everybody. Sanity was good. So we're just going to wait today. Usually we kind of take long. We kind of rush into this a little bit too soon. Hey, what's up, everybody? Make sure you hit the like so we get everybody notified. What's up, Charles? While you guys are checking in, just let me know where you guys are coming from. Let me know your location so I can shout you out. So we're just going to wait for everybody to sign on in, and then we'll get started. I see people are starting to come in. We got 22 people. So let's wait like 3 minutes. So while we're waiting for people to come in, I'll definitely be saying what's up to you guys. Z World, what's good? Yeah, man, Sanity, you're always the first one. I don't know how you do it. Omar, how you doing? Nice. Hope you're doing good. Okay, Kawhi Leonard from England. Okay, Young Hesse, what's good from Australia? Okay, LA in the house. Angel, what's up? Omar from France. Pure from LA. Make sure you guys hit the like button so we get the notifications out so more people come in. Okay, Shot-Town Zero from Shot-Town. Okay, who else? Okay, we're doing good. I'm doing good, man. Chicago. Ricardo is from Chicago. San Antonio, but I live in California. Okay, Gilbert from San Antonio. Let's wait for more people to come in here. So let's get everybody in here. Usually I rush into this thing, and y'all see that usually when we're like 15 minutes in, then people start coming in. So let's give everybody some time. Okay, for the people that are here right now, let me just tell you guys real quick. So we created a join button for the channel. So as you guys know, once a lot of people start coming into this chat, it's going to be really, really hard to respond to everybody's questions because I want to take as many questions as possible. So what you guys can do to become a member of the channel, make sure you hit the join button. And with the join button, what it allows you to do, for $199, you're pretty much for $199 a month, you're going to become a member of the channel, and then you're going to get your own badge, your own customized Dreamerspro badge. The longer you're with us, the more the badge changes and you upgrade and it levels up basically. When I see your badge in the comment, right, for people that have the badge and have priority comment, I'm definitely going to answer your question. Once a lot of people get in here, it's really hard to pick out who to respond to. So you make sure you hit the join button if you guys haven't joined already. Now to join, you guys should see it on the live. If you see where you post a comment, if you see the $sign, you click on that $sign and then you hit join, you can join from there. So I can make sure I answer your questions. So people who join the channel, I'll definitely answer your questions as much as I can. Okay, Ghana. Wow. Okay, Professor Johnny, Ghana's in the house. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. Let's give it like 1 more minute so more people get in here. I got a lot of stuff I want to cover today. Jordan, what's good, Jordan? Okay, Zari from Columbus, Ohio. How you doing? Okay. Who else? Kevin Smalls. Okay, Trinidad, what's good? Trinidad, welcome. Hi, should the Clippers get? Don't worry, I'm going to answer as many questions as possible. But like I said, you guys got to hit the join because once these questions and comments start piling up, it's going to be really hard for me to see who's commenting and who's not. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Let's give it 30 more seconds. Make sure you hit the likes so we can start. Okay, we got 30 people in here. Let's just wait a little bit longer, then we get it started. I'm going to take my time today. We got a lot of stuff we want to talk about. Let's give it 30 more seconds. Okay. Okay, Gilbert, welcome. Yes. Okay, so thank you so much for joining, become a member. So whenever you leave a comment, if you have any comments, I'm going to be able to see it. Exactly. So it's a lot easier for me to pick out who's actually on the channel. Okay. Let's give it 10 more seconds. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. Again. Okay, Gilbert, I see your badge, man. Thanks a lot for that. We appreciate that. Okay, so let's start in 10 seconds. Okay, let's get it started. When people come in, just let them know in the chat in the comment section to hit the like so more people get notified. It's not for money in any reason. It's just YouTube sends out more notifications when people like the videos. Okay. So let me get into this video here. I got a lot of stuff I want to discuss. About this Kawhi Leonard, him possibly resigning. Now, some news has been coming out about this whole thing about Kawhi Leonard re-signing with the Clippers. You all know there are 2 months left in the regular season. We're currently in the month of April, and then right after that, we're going to be in the month of May. Then the playoffs start, right? So there's a lot of things that need to happen. So first of all, there have been some stories around this. Okay, Bleacher Report kind of made an article about this. So I'm going to read you guys what Bleacher Report said, just to kind of give you what they said. A lot of other sports outlets have been talking about this, but let me let you guys know what Bleacher Report says. So they basically said that the Clippers are widely expecting Kawhi Leonard to re-sign with the team. Okay, The Athletic reported, this is Sam Amick and John Hollinger reported on Wednesday, which was yesterday, that both the Clippers and other teams within the NBA expect Kawhi Leonard to stay put, right? The All-Star currently has a $36 million player option for the 2021-2022 season. Now, I want to get into the technical side of this video with you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Whatever questions you have, I'm going to answer all of them. Don't worry. Just make sure you leave your questions there. I'm going to get to all of the questions that you guys have, or as much as I possibly can. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty about this thing here. More people are going to be coming in. Let's talk about will Kawhi Leonard resign this offseason, right? It's something that a lot of people are saying. Now, let's get into the financials of this. Kawhi Leonard is making roughly $33 million this year with the Clippers, right? But he does have a player option, okay? He has a player option. Essentially what that means is, according to what I've read, basically what that means is it allows the player to opt out of their contract and basically test the market and see what other teams are going to be willing to offer, what other teams are going to be willing to offer that player. So he may step out of he may opt out, maybe decide to go sign with another team if another team puts together an attractive package. A lot of people have been talking about the Miami Heat possibly being a destination for Kawhi Leonard. Some of you guys have been hearing that Miami. Zari, thanks so much. We really appreciate that. Zari, thank you so much. If you have any questions, we're definitely going to answer them. So the Miami Heat have been definitely been kind of one of the teams that we kind of heard about. Make sure you hit the like button, guys, so we get more people in here that have been talking about Kawhi Leonard. So essentially, that's what the player option allows. Basically, it allows him also to raise his ask. If somebody's willing to offer him $220 million or whatever it is within a reasonable amount under a cap, then he may consider that, right? So maybe another team may put together a nice offer for him and say, listen, I want to go with this team. So that's what that allows him to do. Now, let's talk about the Supermax, okay? Because I think one of our viewers said, I don't remember the person's name. One of our viewers left a comment on one of our videos saying that, listen, he expects Kawhi Leonard to resign because he knows someone that's kind of related to the person that Kawhi Leonard is seeing. I think his girlfriend or fiance, whoever it is, I don't know what it is. And they're saying that they're possibly thinking of resigning, but then that's just hearsay. We don't know for sure. So let's talk about the Supermax contract, okay? It's a kind of complicated contract, but I want to explain it to you guys to the best of my ability, then we can go back and forth in the comment section and we can really get into a conversation here. Essentially, what the Supermax does is that it allows any one player to be paid 35% of the cap. That's essentially what 32 to 35% of the cap that team will currently have, right? Now, for any NBA player to make 35% of the cap, which is basically which constitutes as a Supermax, they need to have played at least 10 years in the NBA. They need to be at least a 10-year veteran. During the last live, I said, for you to be considered a veteran, once you enter the second year of your contract and you complete your rookie contract, which is 2 years, then you're considered a veteran. Okay, that's how it works. It's not by some arbitrary number like, oh, this guy's been a veteran for 5 years. He's been in the NBA for 5 years, so he must be old. So he must be a veteran. No, it's according to contracts. Excuse me. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Don't worry. I'm going to answer all of your questions. Yeah, I think it was Fortinito06 that said it. I think you're the one that said it. But don't worry, I'm gonna get into it. Man, of PG is a no-show. We trade him. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to that, Gilbert. Don't worry, I'm definitely gonna answer all of your questions. Don't worry about that. So let me just get this stuff out of the way here. So if a player, Kawhi Leonard, has been in the NBA for about 10 years, no, less than 10 years, make sure you guys hit the like button, guys, so we get the notifications out, so more people join in, so we make this thing we get this thing going here. So if a player has not played in the NBA for more than 10 years, there's certain things that player needs to do in order to qualify for a Supermax, right? Y'all remember like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, the whole thing with Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson was pretty upset. He didn't get the Supermax, and I'll tell you why. In order for a player to qualify, an NBA player to qualify for a Supermax contract, they need to have either been one of either these things. They need to either have been an all-star. They need to either make an all-first, all-second, or all-third NBA team. They need to be named regular season MVP, or they need to be they need to have won Defensive Player of the year prior. If a player has not done any one of those things, has not become an all-star, has not made an all-NBA first, second, third team, has not won a regular season MVP, has not won a Defensive Player of the Year, you do not qualify for a Supermax contract. This is very important. This is one of the reasons Paul George was able to sign that big contract that he did. Now, let's look at Kawhi Leonard. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to answer all your questions. Let's look at Kawhi Leonard last year, what he was able to do. Last year, Kawhi Leonard made an all-NBA team, the 2020-2021 NBA team. I mean, he was an all-star. He made the all-NBA second team last year, right? So Kawhi Leonard already qualifies for a Supermax contract. Now, it also says in the CBA and the collective bargaining agreement, it says that this can also happen over a year or 3 year span. So Kawhi Leonard definitely qualifies for the Supermax. Let me see what some of you guys are saying in here. Okay, let me see. Let me see. If they lose, Kawhi should go to Miami. Okay, I'm definitely going to get to that. Let me answer some other questions here. Welcome. Okay, let's see. Kawhi is staying. Gilbert, yeah, I think he's going to stay, but I'm going to give you guys my reason why. Black Skibalis, thank you a lot. I appreciate that. If that's a compliment, I'll take it. If it's a diss, I'll take it. What would be a backup plan for us if he does leave DeMar DeRozan? Listen, I don't like DeMar DeRozan. I don't trust DeMar DeRozan. Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys, so we get more people in here. I don't like them. I mean, he's a good player, good mid-range player, but I just don't believe he's that dude. I don't believe he's the guy that's going to take the Clippers to the promised land. I don't believe so. I don't think he's the guy. Like, we saw him for all of those years with the Toronto Raptors. If he was good enough, how come all of a sudden you airdrop Kawhi Leonard on that team? Next thing you know, they're going to the NBA Finals. DeMar DeRozan had been here all these years. DeMar DeRozan was part of that collapse against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers when they got swept. He was on that team too. So I don't believe in DeMar DeRozan at all, and I don't think he makes the Clippers better. I think he keeps them afloat. To be quite honest with you, I don't think he makes them better. Okay, let me see what else you guys say. Kawhi should go back to the Raptors. Nah, he shouldn't. I don't think Kawhi Leonard should go back to the Raptors. For what? The Raptors right now are having a terrible season, right? They're not, I mean, yes, last year they had a pretty good season, but if I look at the NBA standings right now, the Toronto Raptors have just, I mean, let's look at the Eastern Conference. The Toronto Raptors have their number 11 record in the Eastern Conference. They have a 20-31 record, 11 games below 500. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games. Why would he go to the Raptors? Serge Ibaka's not there. Marc Gasol is not there. Kyle Lowry's probably going to be on his way out this summer, so there's no reason for him to go there. Let me see what other questions you guys have. Kawhi stays. Says Kawhi stays. Tori, what's good? What's good? Could Kawhi go to the Golden State Warriors? Well, that's an interesting question. If Kawhi Leonard does go to the Golden State Warriors, it also will depend on, he's kind of taking a risk because Klay Thompson hasn't played in a long time, right? So if he goes to the Golden State Warriors, who's to say that Klay is going to be healthy? We've also been hearing that Stephen Curry is thinking of there's a rumor going around that Stephen Curry may go sign with the Lakers. So I don't know how that's going to work either, right? So you walk into a situation like that where with a bunch of guys, you don't really know what to expect. Whereas the Clippers, you already know the Clippers, they've already made a long-term commitment to Paul George. So you know at least you're going to have a running mate to play alongside with. Paul George just signed a 4-year, $190 million extension with the Clippers this last December. So you already know at least this guy is going to be there. You go to the Golden State Warriors, you don't know what's going to happen. Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Let's keep it going. If he leaves, I think is Miami. Yeah, Miami definitely has a great program down there. The Miami Heat definitely have a great program down there. So I think that could be an option. Okay. So make sure you hit the like button. Let's keep it going. So we already know that Kawhi Leonard is going to qualify for the Supermax. We already know that. Now, to answer you guys' question on whether or not if they lose, will he stay? This is what I think it depends on. I think the things that Kawhi Leonard is going to be looking at this year are, number one, how will this team perform in the playoffs? Last year, we saw what happened. Clippers went into the Orlando bubble. Even Skip Bayless keeps saying it. The Clippers didn't want to be there, right? Now, to me, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he said. Skip Bayless has sources in the NBA. If it's true that the Clippers didn't want to be there, then you already have a problem. right? So it shows you the kind of focus that some of those teams had. Because listen, LeBron James and the Lakers wanted to be there. They were all playing under the same circumstances. So that's one thing. So one thing I'm going to be looking at is to see how the Clippers play this playoffs. I think that's one thing he's going to look at. Another thing I think Kawhi Leonard is going to pay close attention to, and I think this may be the biggest reason whether he stays or he leaves, I think it's Paul George and how Paul George plays. I think that's the X factor right there. If Paul George goes into the playoffs this season and he wets the beds, he takes a piss again in the playoffs, he goes in there and he just stinks up the joint, or he's hit or miss, or he's inconsistent, I think that would be enough reason for Kawhi Leonard to leave, because Kawhi would probably look at himself and say, look, I've been playing with this guy for 2 years now. In 2 straight playoff runs, this guy completely disappeared, right? So what would be the reason for Kawhi Leonard to stay again if Paul George doesn't show up in the playoffs? He already saw the best of this guy. What is he going to hope for? Maybe the next year that Paul George all of a sudden shows up? No, I don't think Kawhi Leonard is going to do that. Excuse me. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to look at this guy and say, no, this is not the guy for me to run with. Or here's what else I think happens. If Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers go to the playoffs, everybody's playing well, but Paul George is hit or miss, right? But Kawhi Leonard really wants to stay in LA. I heard he just bought a condo in downtown LA, and he still really wants to stay in LA, but he also wants to compete and win, right? Because Kawhi could have signed with the Lakers and got himself a 3rd ring. If Kawhi Leonard signed with the Lakers, they would have won the championship guaranteed. They won last year, but it would have been a guaranteed thing. And if they went into this season, the Lakers will still be the Lakers would be more favored over the Brooklyn Nets, in my opinion, if Kawhi Leonard was playing with them, right? So if Kawhi Leonard still wants to play with the Clippers, but Paul George doesn't show up, I think he'll tell them to trade him. I think he will tell the Clippers, trade this dude and get me somebody else that can show up for me in big moments. That's what I think will happen. I think if Paul George doesn't show up, I think Kawhi Leonard leaves. Now, let me see what else. Okay, again, guys, so for the new guys in here, make sure you hit the like button, guys. We got more people coming in here. We're almost at 100. So for the new people in here, real quick, we created a join button for the channel because I see a lot of comments are coming in. A lot of questions are coming in. I got to get to them now. We created a join button on the channel. And basically what this allows you to do is become a member on the channel. So whenever you leave a comment, I can see it and I can kind of see it in the crowd. Number 2, you also get priority responses. So people that have a Dreamerspro badge will definitely be able to respond to you much faster. And also on the channel, when you leave comments, your badge shows up. So it helps me to prioritize. We're getting like hundreds of comments a day, so I can't respond to everybody. So when you become a member, you get an exclusive badge, and I also get to prioritize your comment. If you guys want to know how to sign up to that, just hit the $sign under the comment section and join the channel. So let's see what else you got here. San Antonio Spurs. No way Kawhi Leonard goes back to the San Antonio Spurs. No way. I think he goes back to the Spurs. LeBron's legacy is tied to the Heat. Okay, I think you're saying if he goes to the Heat, yeah, probably, but I don't think. Okay, the thing is the Clippers voted to win the bubble. Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Kawhi is the best. Kawhi to the Heat is a big possibility due to the fact that Kawhi initially wanted to team up with Butler. Yes, it could be a possibility. It could be a possibility because listen, if you had to ask me, who do I trust more in a tight situation, Paul George or Jimmy Butler? Give me Jimmy Butler 10 times out of 10. But if you ask me who's more talented, then it's Paul George. But Jimmy Butler has winners intangibles, man. The dude is tough. He's a rider. He's a tough dude. So maybe that's something that Kawhi Leonard may consider. I don't know. Depends how the Clippers play. Paul George is a regular season player. Well, that's not really true. He's been a regular season player over the last 2 years, right? He's been a regular season player over the last 2 years. But if you look at his career in the playoffs, he's a very accomplished. Like he's done a lot in the playoffs. Let's not do that to Paul George. Kawhi had his chance for joining LeBron. I don't see why Kawhi Leonard want to join LeBron James. I don't see what that does for him. He hates LeBron. Yeah, why would he join LeBron? I don't see the reason for him to join. He wants to compete against the guy. He doesn't want to join him. He wants to beat the guy. He doesn't want to join the guy. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Imagine if Kawhi had signed with the Lakers Yeah, but if Kawhi Leonard is signed with the Lakers, make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. If he signed with the Lakers, I don't think it helps his legacy. It doesn't help his legacy if he signs with the Lakers. Why? Because if they won the title last year, we already know the media is going to give the majority of the praise to LeBron James anyway. So who wants to be a part of that? You saw what Kyrie Irving has been going through. Nobody mentions Kyrie Irving like as if he was an afterthought in that Cleveland Cavaliers championship. Nobody talks about Kevin Love. It's like as if he never existed. Nobody talks about Dwayne Wade. It's like Dwayne Wade never existed. Nobody talks about Chris Bosh. That's the problem. And I think a lot of players see that and they don't want to be a part of that. They're like, I'm not just going to come up here, do all of this work. And then at the end, nobody talks about me like as if I'm chopped liver. Like nobody talks about Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is an afterthought. So why would he want to go be a part of that? Would you? Would you want to join a company where you're contributing so much? Yeah, maybe the boss is the best, but then you don't even get mentioned in the credits? Nothing? Like, damn, nothing? Like as if I had no role to play in this? No, I don't think Kawhi Leonard wants to be a part of that. And I understand that. Who would? If you're a competitor, why would you want to do that? I want to go beat this dude. I want to see if I'm better than him. Applaud the guy. Like, come on. I think it's good for competition. If he had done that, the NBA would have been broken. It would have broken the league. Right now is one of the things that's happening with the Brooklyn Nets. A lot of people are upset with the Brooklyn Nets. They're saying the Brooklyn Nets don't want to compete. But that's what's happening. When everybody teams up together, there is no more competition. Am I mad about it? No, because that's the way the NBA is. It's just part of the league. That's what the NBA does today. Nobody really wants to compete. Bradley Beal for Paul George. Now, a lot of people have mentioned this. This is Sim's question. Bradley Beal for Paul George. A lot of people have mentioned that. Here's my only thing. Bradley Beal is a great player, right? He's a great player. Let me see if I can pull up his stats here. Bradley Beal. Let me see if I can pull up his stats here. I think I had it up because I think he's leading the league in scoring right now. Bradley Beal stats. Let me pull up his stats right here. Let me tell you. So Bradley Beal is currently, I think, leading the NBA in scoring with 31 points per game, getting you about 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Here's my only issue with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, for as talented as he is, he's shooting 35% from the three. He's a good free throw shooter. The only problem is Bradley Beal is only 6'3". Paul George is 6'8". So we can't overlook the fact that Paul George is a bigger player. And because he's a bigger player, it allows him to do more. You can put him on bigger guys. Like if the Lakers and the Clippers match up, you can put Paul George on LeBron James. You can't put no Bradley Beal on LeBron James. If you get a switch and they switch onto Bradley Beal, LeBron James is going to bully him. It's too big for him. He's going to put him in his back pocket and throw him away. So that's the difference with him. I think he would just be barbecue chicken. Exactly. Barbecue chicken, man. He'd be barbecue chicken for LeBron. So Paul George, we can't get rid of him. Let me see what else. Pablo, would he stay if they lose in the finals? That's a damn good question. I think if the Clippers get to the finals, and I think they have a shot. I'm not saying they're going to do it. I think they have a shot. Make sure you hit the like button. Okay, we got 100 people in here. I think people are slowly starting to come in. If they get to the finals, then I don't see any reason for them to leave, right? It's not like when KD with the Oklahoma City Thunder, they went to the conference finals and then he left. They were like, you were right there, but you left. You go to the finals, you've already proven to yourself that you can make it to the finals. That's the first thing. So if you made it there before, you know you can get there again. Now you just got to get better, right? There's no reason for the Clippers to make it to the finals and then he leaves. If that's the case, what about the San Antonio Spurs when they were playing against the Miami Heat? They made it to the finals. They thought the series was over. You saw what happened in Game 6. Went to Game 7. They lost. They came back the next year. They got their revenge. They didn't blow up the team and say, oh, let's just throw it away. It's over. Like, let's blow up the team. No. You go back and you try to fix it. Look at the Kobe Lakers. Kobe went to the finals in 2008. Lost to the Boston Celtics. Y'all remember that? They lost. They didn't blow up the team. They got better. That's all they did. They didn't go out there and add Kevin Garnett or nothing like that. No, they just got better. Andrew Bynum got better. Paul Gasol got better. Kobe became a better leader. Derek Fisher got better. They made it. The only change that Lakers team made, because I follow the Lakers because I'm a Kobe fan, was Trevor Ariza was replaced with Ron Artest. That was the difference on that Lakers team. You went from Trevor Ariza to Ron Artest. They essentially came back with the exact same team. They went out there and no. Sorry. The Lakers came back and beat the Orlando Magic, and then they got their revenge. They got their revenge on the Celtics, but they didn't blow up the team. They just got better. So no, I don't think they leave. I don't think he leaves because of that. Who gets to the finals and leaves? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, what else? Let me see what other questions you guys have. No, I'm not calling Bradley Beal chicken. I'm barbecue chicken. I'm saying he's too small. Like, this is why Montrezl Harrell was out there speaking Greek, and he was talking about, like, there's a lot of wishful thinking going on. I'm not 6'5", so I can't play in the NBA. I'm not going to be wishfully thinking myself, oh, well, it doesn't matter as long as you have the heart of a lion and an elephant that lives in the jungle. What are you talking about? I'm gonna go up in there and they're gonna roast me. I'm not that tall. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, so therefore Allen Iverson, because he got the heart of a lion, you're gonna put him on Shaq? What are we talking about? You're not big enough. It's just what it is. It's not a diss. It's the reality. Make sure you guys hit that like button, guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button so we get more people in here. Make sure you hit the like button. Okay. Okay. Let me see what else you guys are saying. If PG disappears again in the playoffs, then Kawhi might leave. Yeah, that's what I think. So. Let me see what else. What else are you guys saying? Stop making PG seem like he did a lot. Okay, before last year, he never made it past the second round since 2004. Okay, but he made it past the second round. What does it mean? Since 2004, he still did it. And in 2014, he wasn't the best scorer with the Pacers. Yeah, but he still already made it. So, okay, so what's the solution? What's the solution? I'm going to sit up here and beat up the guy. And then what's going to change? He's still on the team. What am I supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? That's the player they have. What are they going to start? Like, are they going to change up the rules or all of a sudden do something else? No, that's the player that they got. So that's what they're going to, you got to make the best of what you have. Let me see. If he fail again. Yeah, I see you guys. Okay, I'm noticing you guys have a lot of great questions here. Another thing, just to mention, because we know we don't do the lives all the time, we also have a platform called Dreamerspro Max. It's an online sports community, a place where you can start basketball discussions just like this right here. It's a place where you can chat. We chat live during games. Tonight, we're going to be going live for the Phoenix Suns and Clippers game. We're definitely going to be live chatting during that one. So it's a place you can go live with us, consume content that you're not going to find on the channel, and do so many other cool things. If you guys want to check that out, we're going to have that linked in the description below and get 7 days of free access. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. We're going to be on there tonight. You don't want to miss out on that. I can't answer all the questions on regular videos when stuff are not related. Rondo is a Celtic Laker agent. He's a Celtic Laker agent. He will screw the club. I don't understand. So what is he? So Rondo went to so basically you're saying Rondo went to the Clippers to screw them? Why would Rondo do that? And secondly, what does he benefit for doing? What would Rajon Rondo benefit from doing that? Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button so we get more notifications out. Okay, I don't believe in that. Wolves in 8. Hold on. Who said this? K Baller. Wolves in 8. What you mean Wolves in 8 what? Wolves in 8 what? Wolves what? What you mean by Wolves in 8? Wolves in 8 what? What's your reaction to the Jazz Suns OT game? I thought it was a good game. And I think that the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz are these teams that are feeling disrespected by the NBA media, and these are going to be the teams in the playoffs that are going to make a lot of noise. A lot of people are overlooking the Utah Jazz, right? Nobody's looking at them. I never heard anybody mention Donovan Mitchell's name for regular season MVP. Not to say he should win. The dude hasn't even been mentioned. Hey, Candace, how you doing? He's never even been mentioned. You think these guys are not taking it personally? You think these guys don't know that? These are people. These are competitive guys. They're going to have a lot to say. Let me see what else you guys got. If Kawhi Leonard, you want us to start a debate here? Who said this? Bunnet Chima. If Kawhi wins this year, he is top 10 all time and passes KD. Oh, I don't know about that. He definitely passes KD. I know that. But top 10? I don't know about all of that. Who are you removing out of the top 10? You got Kareem. You got Magic. You got Bird. You got Jordan. You got who else? You got Wilt. You got Duncan. You got Shaq. You got LeBron. You got Kobe. Who else am I missing? There's somebody else I'm missing here. I'm not thinking of another person. Somebody else I'm missing. I know I'm missing somebody. I didn't see anybody else. That's going to be tough, man. I think it puts Kawhi top 15. Top 10? I think for Kawhi Leonard to become a top 10 player, he needs to have 4 titles. He needs to have 4 NBA championships to go into the top 10 because there are a lot of guys in there that already got a lot of championships. He's not going to replace LeBron. He's not going to replace Kobe. He's not going to replace Tim Duncan. These are guys that have 4 to 5 rings, man. He's not going to replace these dudes. Now, he does have 2 finals MVPs. Yes, he does have 2 finals MVPs, but you're not just going to, who you throwing out? Who we taking out? We taking out Bird? We're not taking out Bird. We're damn sure not taking out Kareem. We're not taking out Kareem. We're not taking out Wilt. So he's going to need a lot more. And to me, I think finals MVPs are more important than regular season MVPs. I know that that's one of the things that Shannon Sharp likes to say. Now that I'm talking about it, I know that's one of the things that Shannon Sharp likes to talk about, talking about all-time ranking. And I think it's just an arbitrary a criterion that he put on the list. He basically said, there's no way you can be considered a great top 10 or top whatever it is without a regular season MVP. That makes no sense. What are y'all talking about? So help me understand this. Basically, if you're saying that a regular season MVP is all that important, right? If you're saying the regular season MVP is all that important, and the more MVPs you have, all of a sudden it pushes you up the all-time ladder. Let me ask you guys a question. Steve Nash has 2 regular season MVP awards. Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Steve Nash has 2 regular season MVP awards. Kobe has 1. Shaq has 1. Should Steve Nash be ranked higher than Shaq and Kobe? That would be absurd to say. It's an absurd thing to say. James Harden has regular season MVPs. Russell Westbrook has regular season MVPs. Is Russell Westbrook ranked higher than Kawhi Leonard? Listen, an NBA Finals MVP is harder to get than a regular season MVP. Why? Because the playoffs are harder than the regular season. So if you can win in the playoffs, it means you're really, really good. And if you can get to the finals and win multiple finals MVP, that's what sets you apart. It's not no damn regular season. Now, it's a regular season MVP nice, but you're just picking and choosing. Because I can very well say, okay, you should not be considered a top 5 NBA player without a Defensive Player of the Year award. Think about how many guys we eliminate by saying that. Jordan has 1, Kawhi has 2. So are people going to go for that? Hell no. They're going to say, but no, you're picking and choosing. So why all of a sudden it's a regular season MVP when it's something that the media votes upon? You go to the NBA Finals, your team wins. We already know that the winner for that Finals MVP must come from the team that won, number 1. So you already eliminate all type of bias. You can eliminate it. There's no way somebody's going to go to the finals, win a championship, and you're going to give it to the guy in the regular season that won the MVP or the guy that lost in the first one. That makes no sense. In the finals, it's a lot more objective. You look at the guy's numbers and you look at the team that won. It is that simple. But how many players have actually gotten to an NBA Finals? These guys act like as if it's something easy. LeBron has been to it 10 times. Jordan has been to it 6 times. Kobe has been to it 7 times. Kawhi Leonard has been to it, what? 3 times. It's not easy. And he's talking about, how many finals has Steve Nash gone to? How many? What about James Harden? I love these guys. They never even been to the finals before. And all of a sudden, you want to tell me that they're ranked higher because they have a regular season MVP award? What's next? Giannis Antetokounmpo should be in the top 10 because he has 2? What are we talking about? I just think it's something that they make up. Let me see. Okay, let me get back to some of you guys' questions. Okay, these questions are coming in. Guys, make sure you join the channel so I can pick and choose. Remember, make sure the guys that join the channel, I'm going to respond to your comments first because there's so many comments here. Okay, they would at least get more respect. And like Kawhi, first finals MVP is a little debatable. Debatable how he won it. He played defense. Andre Iguodala won it. So what's the thing we're saying here? No, let's not diminish. If the guy won, he won. I don't go back to finals and penalize guys that won. If you won, you won. Last year, the Lakers won the title. I'm not saying, it's the Orlando bubble title. There was a bubble. I'm not doing any of that. They won the title. It's their title. They won. LeBron has 4 rings. He has 4 finals MVPs. Whether or not some people thought the competition was bad, they played against a 5th seed in the finals. It rarely happens. I understand that, but he won. Let's not take it away from him. The guy won. It's fair and square. Okay, what else? Steve Nash never won a chip. Not even one. Exactly. Let me see. Nobody said it's only based on regular season. Shannon Sharp did. Go watch it. Go look at the last interview with that he did with what's his name? Jamal Crawford. When they were asking him. He was like, there's no way you can be a top 10 or top 5 NBA player with just one regular season MVP. He said it. Go watch his interview. Could Paul George be the last chance at being a champion? Could this be Paul George? Yeah, I think so. It could be, unless he joins a team in a minimal role and he goes out there and wins the title. Make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button. We need to get more likes in here so more people get the notification. Okay, what else? Iguodala is top 10. Top 10 of what? Had Kawhi been guarding D-Wade or someone else, do you think he would have done it? Hell yeah. What are y'all talking about? Is D-Wade harder? Listen, is D-Wade a tougher cover than Giannis Antetokounmpo or LeBron James? Are y'all kidding me? LeBron James, a 6'8", 260-pound running back in the NBA. Y'all kidding me? LeBron James at the peak of his powers. That LeBron James? No, man. Come on. No, LeBron was a monster, man. Could this be okay? Top 3. Who should really get regular season MVP? Embiid, who? Embiid, Leonard, or Lillard? No. I think that's a good question. A lot of people have been talking about some people have been talking about Luka Doncic. Okay, just because of these guys have been injured. But in all of this, why isn't anybody talking about Nikola Jokic? Why isn't anybody talking about Nikola Jokic? Of all of these players, of all of the leading candidates, he's been the most available. Go look at his numbers. The guy's averaging like 29 points, 11 rebounds, 8.5 assists, a block and a steal per game. His team is winning. If I look at the Denver Nuggets, let me look at the Denver Nuggets in the NBA standings. Let me see where they're at. The Denver Nuggets are the number 4 seed. They've won 7 games in a row. Basically, they haven't lost since the Aaron Gordon trade. How is he not being one of the front runners? Like, I don't get that. Why does nobody talk? Everybody's talking about Jokic. Do they have him as number 1? That's the question. Okay, then they must be talking. Right now, he's in the first. I hope he is, and I hope he stays that way. Do you have any Kawhi jerseys? No, I don't. I don't have any Kawhi jerseys. Laker Nation in the house. What's up, Laker Nation? Good to see you guys. Okay, I think I've answered all of your questions. Let me just take a few more questions that I can. Let me see. Somebody's okay. Nobody is okay. Let me see. Any other questions? Let me see. I feel like Kawhi had the mindset that I'm going hard every minute and ball out and win a regular season MVP. He could get. Yeah, I think Kawhi Leonard, if he wanted to, he could win a regular season MVP. But I truly don't believe this guy cares about it. I truly believe that this guy believes that it's a media award and it changes from day to day. I think he's more concerned with winning titles. I truly believe that Kawhi Leonard's only focus is to win NBA titles, nothing else. Okay, Finals MVP has one minute. Okay, what else? Let me see. Okay, Wilt is going off the top 10. Woo! I'm not saying nothing about that, man. Y'all ain't get me in trouble with that. What else? Are people? Yeah, okay. Could this be? Kawhi already has passed KD. Yeah, so I think I've answered all of you guys' questions. I don't think there are any more questions I haven't answered. Where is the Miami Heat talk coming from? Yeah, I think the Miami Heat talk is coming from people just thinking that he may go to the Heat because he wanted to play with Jimmy Butler, and also the fact that the Miami Heat have been clearing up cap space to possibly make a move. I think that's pretty much what it's been about. But anyway, let me just say this here. So basically what I think, to wrap this up, I think Kawhi Leonard stays if Paul George plays well and the Clippers make it to the finals. Okay. If the Clippers lose the finals, but at least get there, I think he stays. I think if the Clippers go to the playoffs, Paul George doesn't show up. He disappears. He just kapoofs. I think Kawhi Leonard is either going to leave or they're going to have to trade Paul George, because if for a second year they go to the playoffs, Paul George doesn't show up, then what's going to change? What's expected to change? You have a golden opportunity. The Lakers have been injured. LeBron and AD are going to come back. They're probably going to be a lower seed. So this is your opportunity. But what I would like to see, I would definitely like to see the Lakers versus the Clippers in the first round. That's what I want to see. I want to see the Lakers versus the Clippers in the first round. That's what I want to see, so we can get the playoffs started the right way. That's what I want to see. Do you think Rondo should start over Pat Beverly? That's a damn good question. That's a very good question. I've been thinking about it. I'm not sure. I think for now, Pat should start just because Pat knows the offense a little bit better. But I think in the playoffs, Tyronn Lue may make a decision to start Rajon Rondo. Really, all depends on the teams you're facing. No excuses. Uncle Dennis wants to stay in LA. Yo, I don't know, man. No, that team in LA. Okay. Yeah, that's a good matchup. Okay. Any other questions? Brown, Stephanie. Kawhi is a different animal come playoff. You see, yeah, Kawhi is a different animal come playoffs. I definitely think so. The front office will work to make PG move. I totally agree with you. PG should start if he's available to set the. Okay, Patrick. Okay, Patrick. Okay, who's better, Embiid or Anthony Davis? I think Johnny, you always ask me this question: who's better, AD or Anthony Davis? Well, first of all, both of these guys are always injured. That's the first problem. But assuming health, who's more dominant? That's a good question, man. I don't know. I would have to say probably Joel Embiid. The only reason I'm saying Joel Embiid is because Joel Embiid, when he starts to play big, there's nothing you can do with him. And I know Anthony Davis does not like to bang. He does not like to play the 5 spot. He doesn't like to bang bodies. I just think the physicality that Joel Embiid plays with, I think I'll pick Joel Embiid. But AD's right there, man. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Do you think PG plays like his 2000? I will have to see. We'll have to see. Make sure you guys hit the join button to join, become a member of the channel, so I can definitely see you guys a little bit better. AD's on a good team, yeah. What if the Clippers fan infatuate with Beverly? What is the Clippers fans? Because Patrick Beverly's a dog, man. He's a beast. Are you serious? You've seen Patrick Beverly play? This dude plays with a lot of energy. He plays with a lot of grit. That's why a lot of people love him. And I don't think it's just Clippers fans. I think any team in the NBA would want a guy like Patrick Beverly. Any team. Let me take 1 or 2 more questions and then we'll end up here. Okay. Clippers have the best owner. They get a new arena. Yeah, they do. I think they have one of the best owners. Okay. Thoughts on Boogie? I like the way Boogie looked. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. I like the way Boogie looked. I think DeMarcus Cousins is going to be there for a limited role. Now that we don't know what the situation is with Serge Ibaka, I think it's a good insurance policy. I already said I thought the Clippers needed to pick up another big. You can't go into the playoffs with just Serge and Zoo. What if one of them gets into foul trouble? What if one of them gets injured? Then what do you do? So I definitely think he was a smart move. So I definitely think they should have got him. Kawhi is going to stay. He wants to come. Okay. No team in the NBA can guard PG besides the Bucks, in my opinion. Yeah, once PG gets it going, there's nothing you can do with the dude, man. There's nothing you can do with the dude. You saw what he was doing the other night. There's nothing you can do with the dude. Paul George can go for one of those nights where he can score like 50. He can score like 36 points, hitting 9 threes in a game. It's unbelievable. And you sit there and you ask yourself, why doesn't he play like this more often? The reason I think he played like that in that last game was because of him and the Damian Lillard back and forth. Y'all remember in the playoffs, Dame and Paul George were going at it. Y'all remember that. So I think Dame was like, listen, I'm going to definitely, I think Paul George was like, okay, you want to know what it is? I'm going to let you know what it is. Imagine if Paul George played like that every single game. Imagine if he did. Imagine just how much better the Clippers would be. The problem is he doesn't. Somebody made a comment on the channel the other day. They said they believe that Paul George is more talented than Kawhi Leonard, but Kawhi Leonard is just tougher minded. He's more aggressive as a person. He is a more aggressive person. And I think that person made a good point. If Paul George had the mentality of Giannis Antetokounmpo or Russell Westbrook, he would be one of the best players in the NBA. That's the problem. You don't know what you're going to get with the guy. That's the problem. Okay. What else you guys saying? Okay. Dame hasn't been Paul George. Dame hasn't beaten Paul George since he hit that game. Yeah, they got a back and forth going on with them. You notice he ain't talking no smack to Kawhi. He ain't looking at Kawhi. He ain't looking at him. That's not the dude you want to trash talk. That's not the dude you want to. Jokic or Giannis? Oh man, y'all got some good questions, man. Jokic or Giannis? You see, Johnny, you asking me all these questions. You still haven't joined yet. You got a lot of questions, Johnny, but I'm gonna answer your question. That's a good question, man. That's a good question. That's a tough one. I would pick Jokic. Jokic is a better 3-point. He's a better free throw shooter. He's a better 3-point shooter. He's not as physical, but that guy, he's really good. But then again, Jokic is not the defensive player that Giannis Antetokounmpo is. That's the other thing. He's not the defensive player. So we can't overlook defense. You know? Okay, I believe that too. PG doesn't have Kawhi's mentality. Exactly. Jokic is a game changer. Yeah, that guy, he's too good, man. I see more people are coming in. We got 140 people. Let's get the likes up so we can get 200 people in here. Let's get it going. I want to get 200 people in here before we leave. Okay, the Joker, yes. Yeah. Jokic is tough, man. Jokic is a tough dude. I don't know what it is about people from that part of the world where he's from. Let me see. Where's Nikola Jokic from? Let me just check. These guys are tough, man. Nikola Jokic. Where is he from? He's from Serbia. These dudes are tough, man. These guys from this part of the world, they're tough. The guy, he plays all his games. He rarely seems to get injured. He just goes out there and just battles. This dude is he's like a bear, man. You look at him, he doesn't have a lot of muscles, but he's just on the court giving it to dudes. It's unbelievable. People those guys are so tough, man. They're and he doesn't talk trash. He doesn't talk trash. I've seen him flare up once or twice, get in some dudes' faces. Those dudes are tough, man. Don't overlook those dudes. Who would you pick up for the Clippers during free agency? It's too soon. That's too soon right now, Jamie. It's too soon. It's too soon to say. Yeah, he's from Serbia. He's a tough dude. So is Zoo. Zubac is another tough dude, man. Zubac plays so hard. Imagine, okay, look at Zubac, for example. Imagine if PG played with that type of aggressive mentality as Zubac. It's all mentality. These guys are all talented. It's just mentality. Denver and Phoenix can be a problem for the Clippers. I think more so Denver because of the Joker, man. I think the Clippers can do good against teams that have a lot of good, that have a lot of wings. Is those bigs? That's the problem. Teams with bigs, teams with size. That's where the Clippers have issues. Perimeter scoring teams, the Clippers do pretty well. When you have Patrick Beverley, Rajon Rondo, who's a great defender, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Marcus Morris Sr., who I love, who is a dog. I love Marcus Morris Sr. You're going to be all right. Is when you're going up against AD and these guys. Of course, the only exception is the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, that's just another situation. Brooklyn Nets, they're a problem for everybody. Let me see what else. Let me see. Would you put Kawhi in the most accomplished person in a short career? He has a very unique career, man. He has a very unique career considering how he started. He didn't really start off as a high pick, and he didn't start off so well. I think lack of motivation is okay. Any thoughts about Lakers? Are they going to be champs? Okay, let's talk about listen. I think if LeBron James comes back and LeBron is healthy, make sure you guys hit the like button, guys. If LeBron James comes back and LeBron James is healthy and AD comes back and AD is healthy, nobody should overlook the Lakers. I think the Lakers and the Clippers are still the two best teams in the Western Conference, in my opinion. In my opinion. I think those two guys come back and they're healthy and LeBron does his thing of putting it all together. The Lakers are still a threat. It's not like as if, the Lakers are still good. Like, that's a very good team. They're still a very good defensive team. Now, I know the Clippers have picked it up. Their defensive intensity, their defensive rating has gone up. They're holding the points to a lot closer to 100 points per game. It's not like as if, they're going to walk into a series with the Lakers and sweep them. That ain't happening. That is not happening. The Lakers are a very, very, very good team, and they're a different team with LeBron and AD. They're a different team. I have a lot of respect for them because they're the champs. We're not going to disrespect the champs like that. Luka or Dame? Dame. I would take Damian Lillard. KD is way better than Kawhi. Well, we got a video coming on this. We got a video coming out today just talking about that. I don't know what you mean about way better. Explain that a little bit further. What you mean by way better? Way better as far as what? What do you mean? Yeah, KD is better than Kawhi. Exactly how? We did a video about this. KD is a much better scorer than Kawhi Leonard. Absolutely. He's a much better scorer, meaning he can score more buckets like in more volume. But Kawhi Leonard is just as efficient as a scorer as KD. It's just that Kawhi Leonard doesn't shoot as he's not that he doesn't shoot as much. He's not as transfixed with scoring. That's number one. Number two, if are we taking defense into account? Are we mentioning defense? Kawhi Leonard, 2-time defensive player of the year, all NBA defender, all first team, he's a multiple all defensive. KD never made a defensive team. Are we talking about play? Are we talking about defense or are we just talking about offense? If it's just offense, then you got me. But if you're talking about a all around game, then you don't got me, because defense is an important part of the game. If we're talking about defense, they're not even in the same universe when it comes to defensively. Kawhi Leonard is light years ahead of him defensively. I don't even think it's a question. KD never made an all defensive team, not even third team. So if we're talking about defense, then it's not close. If we're talking about overall, then it's a pick 'em. If you pick KD over Kawhi, no problem. But if you say he's way better, I'm not following you on that one. You lost me with that one. Okay, we got more people coming in here now. Okay, KD can shoot. Yeah, but we already did a video about this, talking about the percentages. Kawhi Leonard shoots higher percentages at certain spots on the floor in the mid-range than KD. They're both very efficient. Like, KD's been a part of the 50, 40, 90 club. But you're not going to tell me, oh, he's way better. What's way better? So way better if KD is the number one player in the world. What's Kawhi, number 8? What's way better? If you got KD as the best player in the world, what do you got Kawhi? If Kawhi's number 3, then way better is not one spot. Way better is like he's number 1 and this guy's like number 8. To me, that's way better. Like, LeBron is way better than Jimmy Butler. Way better. But not like, oh, they're 1 or 2 spots in ranking and he's way better. Let me see. I'll answer 1 or 2 more questions. Make sure you guys hit the join button, guys. These questions are actually starting to pile up right here. Clippers have the best team in the NBA when healthy. I think they definitely do. They're probably one of the deepest teams, or not the deepest team. Do you think Kawhi Leonard can guard centers? It depends what center. If it's Joel Embiid, hell no. Nobody can guard Joel Embiid. Any insights about Steph joining Braun? If Stephen Curry joins LeBron James, then the Lakers are probably going to be the favorite to win it all. If he joins him. Now, do I think it's a good thing for the NBA? I don't really think it is, man. I mean, like, at a certain point, enough is enough. Like, I get it. You want to have the best team possible. But it's too much now. You're going to have all these stars on one team. I guess some people enjoy it, maybe the teams that have them, but I wouldn't be beating my chest like if I had all the best players in the league and then all of a sudden, like, Jamal Murray's a monster. Okay, guys, I think I've answered all of your questions. Let's get in the chip. If KD keeps playing the way he did, going 5 of 5 from the field, scoring 17 points off of 5, I mean, what are we even talking about? Scoring 17 points off of 5 shots, then good luck, good night to the rest of the NBA. I don't think anybody's winning. Do you think the Nets will beat the 76ers with their firepower? I think they probably could. The Brooklyn Nets are scary, man. If you're trying to make, who do you think first? If you're trying to make a championship team, who do you take first, LeBron or Kawhi? I take LeBron because LeBron is a better playmaker. I think Kawhi needs a great ball handler to play with, like a great point guard. So I would take LeBron. Okay. I think I've answered everything. I think I've answered all you guys' questions. So, guys, listen, we've been on here for about 53 minutes now. I appreciate you guys. I've given you my opinion on everything. I think I've answered all of your questions. If I didn't answer your questions, make sure you guys hit the join button so you can leave your comment on the channel itself or on the video so we'll be able to pick it up a little bit later. Once again, I want to thank you guys for all of your attention. We had a lot of fun on here. I think I did the best that I could to answer all of your questions. So we got another video coming out later today on the channel talking about Kevin Durant. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you guys hit the notification so you get notified when that video comes out. Also, if you haven't checked out Dreamerspro Max, is an online sports community that we created for just reasons just like this to talk about basketball. If you guys haven't checked that out, you're missing out right now. It's a place where you can go and start basketball discussions, chat live during games. Tonight we will be going live for that Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Suns and Clippers game. So you can definitely be a part of that if you guys want to check it out. Also, it's a place where you can consume content that you're not going to get on the channel. We produce videos that we don't release on the channel. So many other cool things. You can get 7 days of free access. Some of you guys are already on there, and you guys are definitely and they're definitely enjoying themselves. So make sure you guys do that. And we're also doing a virtual meetup at the end of this month, so I can definitely Get to see you guys. Okay, the join button, just hit the $ under the comments. You just see, once you hit the $, you see it come up. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Anyway, I'm gonna definitely catch you guys later. I think I answered all of your questions. Are you okay with Kawhi leaving if you wanted? You see, you late. Okay, I think the X Mitra, I think you just got in late, man. I think you usually miss them. I already answered it. I think Kawhi Leonard is gonna leave. You think it's why if no way he leaves if they win the championship. No way. No way. No way he leaves if they win the championship. No way. No way. No way. It makes no sense. Why would you leave? Why would you leave? Like, it makes no sense. Will you join? We'll join the next live, man. Appreciate you. Got it, man. I thank you guys for all of your attention. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your continued support. Also, Marco wants to say thank you to you guys. We really appreciate everything you guys have been doing for us. We really, really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much, man. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Have a good one. Peace.